My request for an apology became a viral nightmare. It started with a simple Slack message, a request for acknowledgement after a genuinely hurtful comment, but it ended with my face splashed across Reddit and Twitter, accused of being everything from overly sensitive to a religious zealot. I honestly didn't anticipate the fallout. I work as a marketing specialist at Bloom & Branch, a mid-sized floral delivery company. It's generally a pretty chill environment. We're mostly creatives, fueled by caffeine and good vibes. About 3 weeks ago, during a brainstorming session for our Valentine's Day campaign, Mark, a senior designer, made a comment about my presentation style. He said, "It's just, very you know? A little scattered, a bit too much feeling, not enough focus on the bottom line." The room went silent. I felt my cheeks flush, and my stomach dropped. It wasn't necessarily what he said, but how. There was this dismissive tone, an implication that my emotions were somehow detrimental to my work. I'm naturally expressive, I believe in presenting with passion. But Mark's comment felt like a personal attack disguised as professional feedback. I didn't say anything at the time. I just nodded and moved on, trying to bury the feeling of inadequacy. But it lingered, affecting my confidence for days. I found myself second-guessing every idea, censoring my enthusiasm. Finally, after a week of internal struggle, I decided to address it. I typed out a message in our team's Slack channel, "Hey Mark, would you be willing to apologize for your comment about my presentation style?" It really impacted me, that's all it was, a straightforward request. I hit send and braced myself for a brief, awkward exchange. Instead, the channel exploded. It started with Sarah from HR chiming in, "Wow, that's intense," then came a flurry of reactions, some supportive, many critical. Someone screenshotted my message and posted it on Reddit. The thread went viral within hours. People were dissecting my request, analyzing my tone, questioning my motives. The comments ranged from "she's just looking for attention" to "this is what happens when you bring your personal drama into the workplace." My heart sank with each notification. I tried to ignore it, but the internet has a way of burrowing under your skin. The worst part was the accusations about my faith. Because I often share verses and reflections in a separate, private group for Christian women at work, completely unrelated to anything professional, some people assumed my request for an apology was somehow rooted in religious superiority or a demand for public penance. "She wants Mark to grovel before God," one comment read, "typical holier-than-thou behavior." The negativity felt relentless, suffocating. I started having trouble sleeping. My appetite disappeared. I felt isolated and exposed. That's when I turned to prayer. It wasn't a dramatic conversion experience, but a quiet return to the comfort of my faith. I whispered verses about grace and forgiveness, reminding myself that Jesus taught us to extend mercy even to those who wrong us. I remembered Philippians 4 verse 6-7, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." It grounded me. I realized that their opinions didn't define my worth or invalidate my feelings. My husband, David, was incredible during this whole ordeal. He listened patiently as I poured out my anxieties and frustrations. He reminded me of my strengths, my kindness, and the unwavering love of our community. He encouraged me to focus on what I knew to be true, that I had acted with integrity, seeking healthy communication in a difficult situation. The next day, Mark finally responded publicly on Slack. His apology was lukewarm, at best. He wrote, "Hey, my name, sorry if my comment came across wrong. Just trying to offer constructive criticism." It wasn't the heartfelt apology I had initially hoped for, but it was something. More importantly, Sarah from HR reached out privately. She apologized for the channel's reaction and assured me that she would address the inappropriate online commentary with the team. She also suggested mediation with Mark, which I agreed to. The session wasn't easy. We talked openly about our communication styles, misunderstandings, and the impact of his words on my confidence. He admitted he hadn't considered how his feedback might be perceived and genuinely apologized for causing me distress. The Reddit thread eventually faded away, replaced by newer dramas. Bloom and Branch implemented new guidelines regarding online workplace conduct, partly in response to the incident. My colleagues were noticeably more cautious with their words. I learned a valuable lesson about navigating conflict in the digital age, that sometimes even well-intentioned requests can be misinterpreted and amplified beyond control. But I also reaffirmed the importance of standing up for myself while extending grace and seeking reconciliation. It wasn't about winning an argument, it was about fostering a healthier, more respectful work environment. Ultimately, leaning on my faith provided me with unwavering strength during a turbulent time and allowed me to navigate the situation with compassion and resilience. I emerged from the chaos not unscathed, but stronger and more confident in who I am, a woman of both professional ambition and deep spiritual conviction, capable of facing any storm with grace. I found peace knowing that my worth isn't defined by online opinions, but by the love of God and the support of those around me. It all worked out for the best, and I learned to trust in a higher power during difficult times.